Try it. Even if you're not sick, you're gonna like this. Hi, I'm Carmen, and this is a Miscellaneous Vegan, where I share a little R&R recipes and reviews. And in this video, I am going to give you a quick summary of what happened to me eating at a restaurant. And then I'm also going to give you a little view of how I make my vegetable soup, because I'm currently coming over a cold. I have to go to work tomorrow, and I'm making myself a soup for me to eat now for dinner, and a little bit of leftovers for lunch tomorrow. And I'm gonna be using my Our Place Perfect Power Pot. While I'm peeling my potatoes for my soup, just very quickly. So last Saturday, right? Today is, okay, so yeah. So on Saturday, I went to this candlelight tribute to Beyonce in Brooklyn with my friend Shakia. Shout out to Shakia. So we stopped by this diner that was around, like literally on the block, around the corner from the church. And they had a vegan menu, which was great, right? So I was really excited about that because I wasn't gonna have anything to eat. I was just gonna have maybe some tea. So when my dish arrived, which I ordered was the vegan nachos. And the vegan nachos, from what I can recall, I'll try to see if I can find the menu and the name of the place, had some black beans, spinach, guacamole, pico de gallo, right? Simple ingredients. So while I was eating the nachos, I probably had like 3 bites. And on my 4th, when I was about to have my 4th bite, I was picking up the food, you know, it's the nachos with the nachos, and then I see something and I'm like, what is that? It's not celery because it doesn't say that it comes with celery. And then I take it out, I pull it out, and my friend says, that's aluminum. That's aluminum. So apparently it probably was a small piece of aluminum from those aluminum brushes that people use to clean a grill. And this is why I don't like to eat out, because you don't know what's going on in the kitchen. I could have ate that, and then I was worried that I had swallowed another piece. My friend was like, Shakia was like, you probably would have felt it. But then she sends me this video from TikTok. I don't know if I can still find it. I'll link it there. But basically, some kid had a hamburger.
One of the most interesting cases that I have had to date was a 4-year-old boy who was at a barbecue eating when he suddenly grabbed his ear and started crying, complaining of ear pain. So they brought him to the emergency department, and he has a totally normal ear exam. Like, there's nothing. They said, do some ibuprofen, see ENT in a couple days. So 2 days later, went and saw ENT. They did a full exam, and again, there's nothing. Totally normal exam. So family was doing ibuprofen and some numbing drops in the ear at home, and nothing was helping. So 2 more days later, came back to the emergency department, and they did a CAT scan of the mastoid, which is kind of like this area here, without contrast. Didn't see anything, looks totally normal, told him to follow up with the pediatrician and ENT again in a couple days. So then another 2 or 3 days later, so now we're between day 7 and day 10, he comes back to the emergency department at 4:30 in the morning, and I'm the doctor on. Now he's having some fevers, and he's not wanting to eat and drink, and we have no idea what's going on with him. His ear exam was totally normal, and he was still complaining of ear pain. On the throat exam, he did have a little bit of swelling of the kind of tonsillar area on the right side, and a little bit of tenderness in the neck on the right side also. So we went all out. We did a CAT scan of the neck, which included the ears with contrast, and we did a ton of labs, gave him fluids, just did every test that we could think of doing. And we got our answer on the CAT scan. He had about a 2-centimeter metal wire that was lodged in the peritonsillar tissues on the right, and he'd started to develop an abscess around it. And he had been eating a hamburger when this had happened, so the grill brush, the metal wires on the grill brush had become lodged in the hamburger, and when he ate the hamburger, it got lodged in the soft tissues. He was feeling the pain in his ear probably because of the eustachian tube, the tube that drains the ear to the back of the throat is in that area. So he was probably feeling pressure and irritation from that, and that's why he was having pain there. Ended up going to the operating room with the ear, nose, and throat surgeons, and they were able to remove this and drain the abscess, and he was started on some antibiotics, and his pain was completely resolved. But do not use grill brushes with metal wires. There's not only the risk that it can get lodged in the soft tissues in your throat, but they can also cause bowel obstructions and perforations in the abdomen if accidentally swallowed. And like I said, they get mixed in the hamburger or the meat that's being cooked on the grill. Grill brushes, pretty crazy, good case.
This is serious. So for you to be serving food to people and not making sure that the food you're giving is safe for consumption, this is something that can happen in any restaurant. I don't even know, maybe not in a restaurant where you spend $500 for a plate, like in, what restaurant is that? 11 Park Madison or 11 Madison Park. Perhaps that would never happen there. Maybe, I don't know, I can't assume. But this is why I travel with my traveling kitchen. If you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check that out. And I cook at home because of this. I know what you're saying. It's like, why don't I get a peeler? I had one. I don't know what happened to it. So this is the next best thing, right? All right, so we're gonna go into the kitchen and finish up the rest of this peeling. So I would not, just going back to the restaurant, I would not recommend for you guys to eat there because I had a vegan dish. So I don't know what they're doing with your food, with your meat, if they're even cleaning it right. I regret ordering anything from that place, but I would never step foot in there. I don't see why I would be in that part of Brooklyn anyway, but if I were to ever see that restaurant logo name somewhere, I would not be going. So we're gonna head into the kitchen and start making this soup. So let's go to the kitchen. So we are now in my kitchen. You guys have never been in my apartment kitchen. I just got it renovated, quote unquote, like halfway renovated. So I'm really happy about it. It's my favorite color, like one of my favorite colors, white and gold. But we're gonna get into cooking with the Perfect Power Pot. I'm actually gonna go get it from my suitcase because I keep it in my traveling suitcase. So let me go get it. Here it is, still wrapped with this original wrapping. Oh, I forgot, it still has stuff that I keep in the suitcase, so let me just take that out. Rinse it off. When you wash this, you just want to be very careful that you don't get any water right there. So you want to wipe it off as quickly as possible, so that it won't damage the pot. So here we have our power pot. I don't know if you guys noticed that this is the Our Place 8.5 inch bowl. So let us cut up the what are these? Potatoes. And that's how I cut them. Like that, very simple, in half, and then half again, and then just makes it easier and faster to cook. Okay. So now we have all our vegetables cut. So we have our veggies here. These are the veggies that we're going to be using, and I know I have corn. I'm using whatever I have to get rid of stuff on the freezer. I don't throw it out, and I really love corn, but I know that corn in the US most likely is GMO'd, so you want to make sure you get your corn from like another country, like Mexico or somewhere else. I don't know, but this is what I have. I'm sick. I want to make myself a nice veggie soup, and I'm going to be using again Our Place. As you can see, I have my Our Place oven, and it's doing well. So let's get into making this soup. So we're going to connect it. And we're going to need the outlet back here. And we're gonna put it on low. And that's like 2 settings. It has 2 settings, low and high. So it's on low right now. I'm gonna let it warm up. And while it's warming up, I'm gonna get my ingredients. So these are the ingredients I'm using: smoked paprika, bay leaf, peppercorn. I'm using avocado oil, turmeric or sazon if you have that. And this is the nut chicken bouillon. You could use that or this. This is when you use this because I don't have vegetable broth. So without the vegetable broth, I just create my own with water and then I add that. So let's get into the pot and start making our dish. So let's move the camera so you guys can see. So the pot seems to be hot because it had like water there, and so now you see that it's not. And you just add a little bit of oil into your pot. I'm gonna put my oil back, and then this is when you add your garlic. And what I have are these little cubes of garlic and oil. I actually didn't have to add the oil because I get this from my coworker at work. She makes it for me. I just add that there, let it defrost a little. I'm gonna put the lid so it won't pop everywhere, and just give it a sec. So I can hear that it's warming up and it's sizzling, so I'm gonna just stir it up a little. Put the lid on like that. So remember that this pot comes with a spatula, and you would put it right here. And there's an opening where it can lay here. But mine's is the spatula that goes to this is in my traveling kitchen, and I'll have to dig deep to find it. Well, I know where it is, but it's just, I already have one there and it fits fine. But, you know, if the video was sponsored, I would have it there, but it's not. So, you know, I'm using what I got right now. But yeah, so the onions is pretty, well, not onions, the garlic is pretty good. So now, what I do, I put in all of my vegetables except for the corn. So I'm going to get a paper towel to put my corn here, because the corn is frozen, okay? So I'm gonna put my carrots and my potatoes in there. Stir it up a little. So I'm gonna let the carrots and potatoes cook for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then I'm gonna come back to it. So what I'm excited about with this dish is that I'm going to be using the steam basket for the first time. If you guys saw my review on this Our Place Perfect Power Pot, I actually never used the steam basket, but I'm going to be making, well, I'm making vegetable soup with vegan dumplings. I'm gonna steam it on top here. So we're gonna see how that works. I don't know, I've never steamed dumplings before. I never used a steam basket before. So I'm sure it'll turn out fine, but you guys are gonna come with me while we make that. So this has been cooking for about 2 minutes. I'm going to stir it now. Okay. Pretty good. I'm going to give it another 2 minutes, and then I'm going to add my peppers and onions and then season it and add water. So let's just give it another 2 minutes and we'll be back. So this is my peppers and onions, you guys. I usually buy them from the farmers markets. If not from farmers markets, then from Whole Foods, but more than likely from farmers markets. And then I chop them up with a red onion, and as you can see, they're very into small pieces, and then I put them in a Ziploc bag and put it in the freezer. So like that, they're ready for when I'm going to use them. it's ready, I'm going to put peppers in there. I think that's enough. Put it back in the freezer. So that saves me time, that it's frozen, it's already chopped up, it's fresh. I don't have to chop up any peppers and onions because I have them ready. There. And you know, this doesn't, you don't have to cook peppers and onions too long, right? So now we're going to season it. So I'm going to start with my peppercorns. I really don't know how people have the paramedic above the food. I don't have whatever equipment that is. And then I'm going to add the smoked paprika. So I like to use the mushroom bouillon. That's 1 scoop. See, it comes with this little scoop right here, so it's like a tablespoon. And that should be enough. So everything is well seasoned. And now we're ready for our water. So make sure you use plain water, okay? And I just fill it to the top, like almost to the top. I don't want it to over. And that is good. That's a good amount. See, it's probably like 2 inches from the top. And now I'm gonna raise it to the top. I raised the level to high because it was on low. So now I'm putting it on high because I want the water to boil. What we were doing earlier was sauteing everything. And now we just wait for it to cook up, to boil up. I'm going to taste it for seasoning, see if it's missing anything. Oh, I forgot to add the bay leaf, of course. Okay, so it's missing the bay. So we're adding the bay leaf. I'm gonna add 2. Can't hurt. And then because I have the sazon, I really don't want to use sazon. But then I do. I'm just gonna put a little bit. Not too much, just a little. And that's it. Stir it up. Let it boil. Once it starts boiling, then we could check the tenderness of the potatoes, and then we'll know when to add the corn and when to put our dumplings on top. So we'll be back. So these are the dumplings that I'll be using, vegan vegetable dumplings. And they're fully cooked, ready in a minute. And here's the heating instructions. It says pan fry, boil, or microwave. It doesn't say anything about steaming them. So I'm going to try to steam them though, since we have our steaming basket. But I think what I should do is just thaw them out maybe. So that's what I'm gonna take them out. And place them, this is already rinsed. And I already tried these in the air fryer and they came out really good. So let's see how they come out in the steam basket. So I think, let's see, 4 for now, and then 4 for lunch tomorrow. So that's 8. 4, 6, 7. Okay. So it's good that it has a steaming basket because, as you can see from the pot, that it's already full. I still have to add the corn. It's gonna take up most of the space. So that's great that I'll be able to steam it. The soup looks really good. I like the color. So let's just let it cook up. As you can see, the water is boiling. So the potatoes are gonna get done in the next 5 to 7 minutes. And then you see all the steam. I don't know if you can see it on the video. There it is. That's what's gonna be cooking up our dumplings. Maybe we should add it now. What do you guys think? I don't know. So the potatoes are almost done. And I decided that I'm going to steam one of the, what is this, corn, and boil the other one because I just didn't want to put it in here. You see how like the water is rising. So I'm putting the corn in because the potatoes are almost done and the corn needs like at least 2 to 3 minutes. And then we're gonna put our steam basket. Let me set up the camera so you guys can just see. So I adjusted the camera so you guys can see. We're gonna be using the steam basket for the first time, and it has the, you know, slot here so that you can align it correctly, so that you can just put it right here. Perfect. See? And now we're gonna put the lid, and we're going to see if it cooks because the potatoes still need another 5 minutes. So let's see if that, let's put the timer. Let's see if that cooks or steams our dumplings. Start. So the timer is set for 5 minutes, and we're gonna be back 5 minutes later. So we're 5 minutes later. Let's open it up and see what it looks like. Oh, it looks like it's cooking. Let me check on this corn. So let's see. Yeah, the corn. Wow, yeah. It's steaming. It's steaming. I feel like it's done. What do you guys think? It looks good. Wow, yeah, I steamed up my dumplings and my cooker. I'm gonna give it another few minutes to make sure that the potatoes are done at the bottom, but I'm gonna bring it down maybe to the medium. No, I'm gonna leave it another 5 minutes. So I forgot that I have to add the noodles to the soup. So this is pretty hot. I'm gonna get my, okay. Now if this isn't full, let me just take it out. There we go. So over here. And the potatoes look good. I just have to add my noodles. So we're gonna let that cook up. But I'm gonna put my steam basket back. Give it 2 minutes and then we'll check on the noodles. So let's check on the noodles. I think we can bring this down to a lower setting. Yes. So the noodles are done. The soup is done. get our plate together. Okay, so the food is ready. Now I'm gonna serve myself dumplings. So let's put the dumplings over here. Let's get the plate. Turn this off. Let's get into that soup. Good. That veggie soup. Completely vegan. Yes. So this is where I wish I had the smaller bowl. The I don't know how many inches it is, but some of that broth. Ooh, let me get a paper towel. I think I want this corn because it was like, you know, all up in the juices and stuff. And now let's go over to the dumplings. Let's look at that. Ooh, yes, it looks like it's like perfect. All right, so I'm gonna put this corn in the pot. And I'm just gonna grab, I mean, this looks good. I'm gonna put three dumplings in here. Look at that soup. Oof, plate's hot. Look at that. You know, let me take this out the way. But look at that soup, y'all. That soup look good. Put a little bit of, if you want to drizzle a little bit of soy sauce on that, you can. Which I do have a little bit. Here we go. Just a little bit. There we go. And that is ready. That is ready. Ooh. So let's taste this soup because I know it's good. This is really good. I cooked the potatoes too long. They didn't need like 10 minutes that I gave it. But they are super tender. Look at that. Let's try the dumplings. The dumplings are good. They needed a little bit more time. Remember, it's fully cooked. But the edge right here was still a little cold. So that would be fine to just stir it up on top of the soup. But this soup is good. It's really good. It's probably one of the best soups I've made. Try it. Even if you're not sick, you're gonna like this. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Make sure you comment down below. Let me know other recipes you guys would like to see on this channel. And always remember, sweeties, be real, not perfect. Bye.